Ice storms, hail, lightning strikes, we have seen our share of severe weather this year. In fact, some Central Texans tell us they're still dealing with the impact of the ice storm from earlier in the year and the damage caused by tree branches crashing under the weight of the ice. As KXAN investigator Arzo Dost explains, there are things that you can do to make sure that you're protected during this severe weather season.
There's right here on my trunk where you can see it's actually chipped the paint, and then you can see all up here with these shadows.
Clay Snodgrass says that's what happened to his car after the ice storm in February.
The tree had fallen this way onto my car, and there were two stumps stuck in the top here and on the trunk.
Snodgrass lives at an apartment complex in South Austin. He says he tried to find a parking spot that didn't have a tree nearby, but no luck.
There were tons of trees in my apartment complex that the ice took down. I thought, oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to call the apartment complex and find out who their insurance is, so that way I can file a claim, because my car was damaged by their tree falling, snapping in half and breaking on my car.
But Snodgrass was surprised to find out the complex is not responsible.
When something falls on your car, like a tree branch, that's considered an act of nature. So generally you have to file on your own insurance. The property owner is not going to be responsible, or the homeowner is not going to be responsible.
The Texas Department of Insurance says there are some rare cases when that doesn't apply, like when the property or homeowner is trimming the tree or not taking care of it.
How do you prove that?
That would be on a case-by-case basis and something your insurance company might investigate. But generally, it's like if there was notice that the tree was dead and rotten, and then that there's proof that they knew about the hazard that was there.
TDI couldn't provide the number of calls it's received about falling tree branches after the ice storm, but did post a blog after getting questions on whether insurance covers falling tree branches. The state agency says make sure you have the right auto coverage.
So comprehensive insurance covers you for things other than a car accident. So that'd be weather, theft, a fire or vandalism, those kind of things, or something falling on your car.
Snodgrass says after the complex didn't remove the tree from his car, he had to borrow a chainsaw from work to do it himself.
That one there in the frame of the car is the one that's brutal. That's the one that the guy said would be hard to work on, because that's the actual frame of the car.
He says he has car insurance, but worries about his deductible and impact on his rate in the future. Arzo Dost, KXAN investigates.
The Texas Department of Insurance says carefully consider your deductible. A higher deductible generally means a lower cost for the policy, but it also means that you'll have to pay more out of pocket when you make a claim. TDI also says always take photos of the damage, call your insurance company as soon as possible, and save your receipts for reimbursement. Your homeowner's policy should cover materials and labor used to make repairs. We did try to reach Snodgrass's apartment complex several times, but have not gotten a response back about how it's handled tenant concerns after the ice storm. This story started as a tip. If you have something that we should investigate, let us know. Use your smart device to scan the QR code on your screen.